Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a new update for Mortal Kombat Onslaught, and this time it's the Sonya Blade story chapter. But before I get into that, I need to know from you guys in the comments below if you have this visual bug in your game for the Jade chapter where it will come up as 89 of 90 stars. Even though I have 3 stars on every single level, it still denies me that 90 of 90, and it really bugs me. So I'm not sure if it's just a visual thing or if I've missed something that can rectify this. If you have a solution, please drop that in the comments below. I would really appreciate that. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button. I'm making a real big push towards 1,000 subscribers. So if you can help me out there, once again, would be very much appreciated. Now let's get on to Sonya Blade. Now this is the base level Sonya Blade, and you will have to put in a little bit of work to make sure that you can get through these next 30 levels. And you will get a bit of an upgrade on her if you've only just unlocked her. Don't go and do all of your upgrades before you start the story, because as you can see, I've got her at level 60, only 3 stars. As soon as I go into the event, she will get bumped up a little bit. So as you can see, she's gone up to level 73 and 4 stars. To get through this event, you are going to have to put a few resources into her. So I'm bumping her all the way up to level 80. Now I'm going to see how I go with this. If I can avoid taking her up to 5 stars so that I can level her up to level 100, then I'll definitely avoid doing that. With her abilities, I would probably do everything up to the time where you need to put the blue books on her. Just get those base levels up so that she can do a little bit more damage and support the team a little bit better. As far as her gear is concerned, I'm probably going to take each of the gear pieces up to level 10. The reason I'm not too scared of doing that is because I can swap that gear out to another character later. I've only got a base relic on her at the moment. I will probably take that one up a little bit higher anyway, because again, I can swap it out. If you do have Sonya's fatality relic, definitely put that on her, at least while you're doing these chapters. And then again, you can always put it back on the other Sonya later. Now, it's not too much of a downside in putting some resources into her, because some of the Chronicle events may require you to use a Sonya or just one of those body supports, something like that. And having her upgraded is just going to make some of those Chronicles a little bit easier to get the 3 stars there. So feel free to put a little bit into her and not think it's too much of a waste. Now, if you're wondering what other characters you are going to need to get the 3 stars in these chapters and how developed they need to be, you will have to put a lot of resources into characters. You're not going to get away with level 80, and you're certainly not going to get away with level 5 gear. You've got to make sure that you are putting those upgrades into all of those different areas. But the one really good thing about this chapter is it's no longer giving you green books, it's giving you blue books. So you will be able to do a lot more upgrades on some of those other characters and really get them to the higher tiers. In terms of the characters themselves, I've only played about halfway through the story at this point, but characters like Johnny Cage, you will need to get 3 stars early on, so you're going to have had some resources put into him. Katana is going to be quite useful, as is Jade. So some of these other story characters you're going to get more use out of. You're not necessarily going to need 5-star characters if you do have a lot of resources put into your characters. But if you do have those 5-star characters, they are going to be very helpful. Characters like MK1, Shang Tsung and Scorpion are both very good in the early parts of this chapter, but you can get away with a lot of your 4-star characters. So characters like Quan Chi, Noob, Sindel, all very good. Even Frost and Tanya will be quite useful in this chapter. But rather than going through every possible combination on every level, if you are struggling with something, by all means pop it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to help you out with the best team composition so that you can get through with the 3 stars on that particular level. But as always, the best strategy for these chapters is play right through to the very end. Then if you do have to come back to some of them to get the 2nd or 3rd star, you can always do that later, and just do the upgrades that you're going to need to get the stars on those particular levels, rather than using all of your resources on characters that you may or may not use in the future. But that's it for this one, guys. If you do want to support the channel, a super thanks would be very much appreciated. Other than that, like and sub, you know the deal. We got plenty more Onslaught coming your way. Don't miss out, and we'll catch you in the next one.